Okay, so we're going to test a sample sheet here. It's 0.8mm thick PVC plastic, or 30 thou thick. It's 740mm long by 5.8mm wide, and the customer wants to be able to feed at 600 sheets per hour. Now, just to give you an idea what we do, we actually blow air into the pile via these little holes here on the front edge. And when we've actually picked the sheet up, we then blow the air switches from these little holes to this hole here, which actually is then blowing air in between the top sheet and the pile of sheets. And then we have these little, what we call flips or fingers, that are there to make sure that only one sheet is fed at a time. Okay, so if I start the machine up now, this is running at actually 600 sheets an hour. I'll turn the pump on and we can see what happens. Okay. The sheet is picked up. If we look down here, you can actually see how the sheet or the pile puffs a little bit, top couple of sheets. See that? And then once the sheet is picked up, you blow air in between the top sheet and the pile, and then as you can see, the sheet tends to float as it moves along. The pile automatically raises as the sheets are depleted in the pile to a set height. So as you can see, this is a very slow operation for this machine, to be honest. It normally runs at sort of between 3,000 and 4,000 sheets an hour for a front edge machine. A rear edge machine will run a lot faster. By looking down here, we can see the flips doing their job in between the suckers. Sheets picked up, pulls it over the top of the flip, which keeps them singly fed sheets rather than sending a few sheets down at a time, which is obviously always a problem. And there could be a problem once the static builds up. I normally leave the static problem up to the customer, but we can fit the static blows as required. This feeder is just a feeder we have just for doing some demo purposes, demo work. It hasn't got an outfeed table, and it hasn't got a registration unit fitted to it. I mean, we also supply complementary stackers to go along with the feeder. Well, as you can see, this is all very slow. What I'll do, I'll speed it up a little bit just to give you an idea that the machine will obviously feed faster. Let's take a view of this here if we can. There you go. You can see what's happening. The machine's fitted with a 2-sheet, but unfortunately the 2-sheet detects an electronic device which won't see through these solid sheets. So at the moment it only tells us whether there's a sheet present or whether there's no sheet. Okay, so I'll just speed the machine up just a little bit. That's just a little bit faster. It's now doing about 9,000 sheets an hour, which is not much increase. I'll do a little bit more. A little bit more. Now at the moment this is doing about 1,800 sheets an hour. And the machine will actually go a lot faster. I'll turn it up just a bit to give you an idea. I'm quite happy to feed these sheets all day long. Like I say, the target speed is 600 sheets an hour. For the wider sheets, we'll just, obviously the machine will be wider, and we'd have 6 sets of suckers instead of 4 sets. This bar going up and down here does 2 things. It detects the height but also clamps the sheet while we firstly blow air in there. So there you go. I hope that's been informative for you, and I hope to speak to you soon or via email.